It's been a standard, largely unnoticed part of the American military arsenal for decades. But when HIMARS, an acronym which stands for High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, showed up in Ukraine, it changed the face of battle. This HIMARS, which fires a 200-pound warhead up to 50 miles and hits within 10 feet of its intended target, has virtually eliminated Russia's numerical advantage.
You don't have to have hundreds of artillery rounds to achieve the same effect, and the effect that Ukraine is achieving seems to me at this point to be superior to what the Russians are able to deliver.
Since June, the U.S. has shipped Ukraine 16 HIMARS launchers and thousands of rockets, which defense officials say the Ukrainians have used to attack more than 350 Russian command posts, ammo dumps, supply depots, and other high-value targets far back from the front lines.
You still got to get that ammunition to the guns, which are closer to the front. So now you've increased the distance that the trucks have to move carrying very heavy ammunition. And they've lost well over 1,000 of their trucks in this campaign so far. And of course, the result is...
All that from a weapon made at this Lockheed Martin plant in rural Arkansas, a seemingly minor outpost in America's vast military-industrial complex, which is now racing to catch up with the sudden demand for HIMARS, as he made plans to dramatically increase production.
We have to plan for it.
Carries a satellite guidance system which gives the rocket its sniper-like accuracy. But what impresses LaPlante most about HIMARS is not the sophistication of its technology, but the simplicity of its use.
There are just 3 operators, probably 18 to 20 years old, and they can it's reliable and can be done by 18-year-old Ukrainians.
To see how HIMARS operates in the field, we went to the U.S. Army training range in Yakima, Washington. They use the same tactics taught to the Ukrainians. This HIMARS launcher has a top speed of 55 miles an hour, but off-road in the high desert, it's more like 35. Once it's out in the open, it has about 5 to 7 minutes to find its firing position, train its rockets on the target, and fire. 1 rocket every few seconds. The crew chief of this HIMARS is Staff Sergeant Cammie White.
How'd you guys do?
When the HIMARS fires, the rocket exhaust gives away its position, so it has to get out of there fast before the enemy can strike back.
How long do you have to get out?
Oh, as quickly as possible.
And how long does that take?
Roughly a minute.
It's called shoot and scoot, and the Ukrainians are doing it now in their counteroffensive against Russian forces occupying Kherson, making the most of the 16 HIMARS provided by the U.S.